So today we're going to be showing you guys a build that I think a lot of you guys will definitely want to try out if you guys haven't tried a build like this just yet. I've been mixed matching pieces, trying to see what pieces work best with what gear sets work best with what gear sets. And I think I found one that I kind of really enjoy because I've always been a big fan of having some type of armor or kill, and I've always been fan of having DPS, and this build allows you to kind of do both, right? So I definitely like higher rate of fire weapons and gear sets that do that. And there's one in particular that you guys might notice at the bottom, strikers, right? It does that. It allows you to gain additional rate of fire, and if you pair it with the right weapon, which some of you guys might be wondering what weapon I'm using that's shooting so fast, this is it. And what's great about it is this build is built to really survive, especially when you get in those situations like I just did, when you lose a lot of armor and then you start to kill those enemies quick. You can start to get that armor on kill, right? So I'll be showing you guys exactly how I have this build set up, and maybe you guys want to try it out and let me know what you guys think, and have you guys tried to build out like this. Now the build is going to take a little bit of skill on your part, right? It's not made to just straight face tank multiple enemies at once. You could probably face tank one enemy, maybe two, but if you start taking too much damage, you're gonna have to use your cover, right? You're gonna have to use what's around you to survive, but you do have enough DPS to shred through these enemies pretty quick. Look at that, I almost shredded through 2 enemies with 1 magazine. So just so you guys know, so we're gonna go over here. Yeah, see, look, so pretty easy, right? So there's just something for you guys to keep in mind. Like, just look at that. Was almost able to get that second guy, but was able to finish him off real quick right there. But 1 magazine was almost able to take out 2 enemies, and that's why, because the damage is there, the rate of fire is there, and that's what I like about the build. We have 1 more enemy, and then let's get right into the build so you guys can see how I have it set up. So for the build, I am running the gunner class. The reason why I'm running this is because it's going to give me 10% damage to targets out of cover, plus it allows me to run the Banshee Pulse. And it has a couple other benefits, so it really depends on what specialization you want to run. But for me, I like the gunner class, especially with this type of build. We have 1.5 million armor on this build, 337,000 health. We have 3 reds, 4 blues, and 1 yellow on this build, and you guys saw in the gameplay, absolutely destroying. So for the weapon, we have the Apartment. Now this has 114,000 damage, 978 RPM on this build, and you'll see why. 50 round mag. We have 15% weapon damage. This is where I say if I can get this extra expertise up to at least 20, it will help out with the amount of weapon damage I lose on the first half of the magazine because of the talent, and you'll see in a second. We have SMG damage, crit chance, damage targets out of cover, all maxed out. And then we have perfectly measured. The top half of the magazine gives us 20% rate of fire, but we do lose negative 27% weapon damage. That's why, like, if you have this at base damage, yeah, it's not going to hit as hard. But if you get this up, right, with the expertise, it's definitely going to help out, because even the bottom half of the magazine, you lose the 20% rate of fire, but you gain 33%. Imagine that. So you're just going to be hitting very hard with this. We have 5% crit damage on the red dot sight. We have 20 rounds in the magazine. We have the laser pointer with 5% crit chance, and then we have 5% crit damage on the muzzle. For our secondary, we are running the rock and roll, and this is great for stacking because of having a 50% magazine capacity on the weapon itself. Not only that, it builds up stacks very fast, especially with the type of build we are using. You might have guessed it, we are running a striker set, but it's not just your typical striker set, because on this build, we are mixed matching striker and hunter's fury. And you'll see in a second how we're able to do that. So we have, for the 2-piece, we have 15% weapon damage, we have 15% rate of fire, and then we're able to really take advantage of striker's gamble, which weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up 100 times. Now 1 stack lost per second between 0 and 50 stacks, and 2 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100 stacks. So we have armor on here, crit damage, and a crit chance mod. For our second piece of striker, we have armor, crit damage, crit chance, and we're running the chest piece because the chest piece increases max stacks from the Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200. So that means 3 stacks are lost per second between 100 and 200 stacks. But with having such a high rate of fire because of the Strikers and the apartment, that first half of the magazine, you're still going to be able to keep those stacks up after you stack it up with the rock and roll. So that's what I've been doing. Now we do run a 2-piece Hunter's Fury. Now the Hunter's Fury is going to give us 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage, plus 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. Now we have armor on here and critical hit damage. Now you guys have to remember, we are running the gunner class, so we're technically getting 30% armor on kill just on this build running both of these. So that's why I actually like this a lot. It gives me that survivability that I need at 1.5 million armor, 30% armor on kill every time I get a kill. That's just enough for me to really sustain that survivability by just chaining those kills together. For our second piece of Hunter's Fury, we have the knee pads with weapon damage, critical hit damage, and that's going to be Hunter's Fury. For our third and final piece of Strikers, that's going to help us unlock the 4-piece. And you're like, wait, you only have 3 pieces. Well, you guys probably guessed the backpack already. We have weapon damage, crit chance. Yes, we are running the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag that allows us to unlock both those sets with running a 2-piece and a 3-piece. And we have weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and then we have critical damage. And then obviously you guys know how the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag works. It allows us to fill an extra slot for that final piece, right? So with a 3-piece Strikers, we're getting the 4-piece. With the 2-piece Hunters, we're getting the 3-piece. And that's typically how it works. If we go look at the stats, just so you guys can see, 54% crit chance, 114% crit damage, 70% headshot damage, and we're sitting at 114,000 weapon damage. If we go to the armor, you'll see sitting right at 1.5 million pretty much, 449,000 armor on kill, and then obviously we get max health on kill because of the way the build is set up. So yeah, that is the build right there, guys. That build right there has been a lot of fun. If you guys want to try something different, try something new, Strikers Fury, definitely something that I have been loving, and I think a lot of you guys might enjoy too. So let me know if you guys end up trying this out and what you guys think about it. I will see you guys in the next one. Nothing but skills out.